Hi, I'm MysteryManoLove. Today I would like to talk about racism, especially pertaining to the video. In the video it says that black people, there's a hunting license out for black people, and guess what? It's yourself. It is you. If you put out videos like you just did, of course you're the one that's perpetuating, not anybody else but yourself. You start the video off with some of the things that happened before 1960. You know, you show images of people being beaten, hanged, or whatever. I mean, this is all. The only slaves that you show, of course, are black people. It wouldn't work in your favor if you showed the slaves white people that actually founded our nation. Yes, in the dawn of our nation, white slaves did exist, and they were the predominant form of slavery. If you didn't notice, if you haven't checked that in your history, that's fine. Just because they don't teach it in the 6th grade class does not mean it didn't exist, and that actually does upset me, because it doesn't dispel racism, it actually perpetuates it, much like your organization, black extremism. That's exactly what it is. It's a racist organization. No more than the KKK is racist. That's how racist your organization is. All you do is perpetuate all these things. I will not apologize for the Southerners who own slaves. Why? Because I have no right to do so. My family never owned slaves, at least not in America. It wasn't until you trace my family back to Denmark, where we actually had slaves. You know, so honestly, I can't. Even then, I could not apologize for something that somebody else did, and I'm not going to. Was it horrible? Yes. Was black slavery in America horrible? Yes. So was the white slavery. Any form of slavery is horrible. And that's the thing that I want to make sure that you understand. When you make videos like this, it's gonna perpetuate everything that you're trying to get away from. It brings it closer. There was a clip in the beginning of the video. It showed branding of slaves, which isn't unique to America, but it makes it look like it only happened to black American slaves, and that's not true either. Every single slave before then pretty much has been branded in one way or another. In Japan, tattoos were used as branding. So was the European, so was the European counterparts for criminals and slaves. That's been a practice that's been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, not just black people. I don't believe your program honestly will shine a positive light on people if all you're going through is misrepresenting the history of black people. I mean, if you're all you're doing, like the whole tour, you might as well call the entire tour of Africa the slave tour. You might as well say that. I mean, you talk about Ghana and Egypt. Both of them were the centers for huge amounts of slavery. One was for building the pyramids, and Ghana for actually shipping them out. One of the many ports that shipped them out, not just one, but one of the many. And to say that Ghanans are the only people that got shipped out as slaves, that's absurd too. It was the entire continent. It was a lot of, it was intertribal slavery. Slaves, black merchants that were in charge of a kingdom were like, okay, we'll sell you white people some slaves and stuff like that. And it wasn't just white people. It wasn't just America that they were shipping slaves to. I hope you understand that. This whole absurd notion that America is the worst perpetuator of this is absolutely absurd. every single generation has dealt with slavery. Every single, since the dawn of time, since the dawn of our species, we've been experiencing slavery. It's easy labor. It's cheap labor. Why would I work harder when I got somebody else to do that work for me, while I can teach my child how to hunt, why I can teach my child how to knit and sew and do, make crafts and stuff like that. I mean, it's very clear that this whole thing is just propaganda. Another thing I would like to point out is Dr. Whitaker is a sociologist. I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to figure out exactly what he is doing. I wouldn't put it past him. He is a doctor. He is well educated. For a well educated man not to notice that all he is doing is perpetuating things for the black American to feel bad, or some kind of spiritual redemption and thanks for letting us survive, or whatever the reason is. I'm pretty sure he also understands that he has perpetuated the problem even more, thanks to Dr. Whitaker. Way to go. As far as the two white ladies in the video, the two Jewish ladies, the only ones that were in the video, the promotion video, talking about Mafa, I guess the extermination of black people for some reason or another. I mean, just because they're Jewish doesn't make them susceptible to the Holocaust. I'm saying, like, they may or may not have experienced in their family the atrocities of Nazi Germany, or any other atrocities. I'm sure they have down the line. Every single person has down the line. Like I said, if you trace my roots back far enough, Denmark, we've been actively enslaving people and buying, selling, and trading them for money. In my history's past, in my past generations down the line, my ancestors. So I mean, slavery's not as unique as one might think. And to say that just because these two ladies were like Jewish or something doesn't add any credibility to their claims of what they say. They can say, oh, it was a horrible thing. And just because they're Jewish, doesn't give them any authority on the subject of the Holocaust or anything else. They're just two white ladies, old white ladies that are Jewish, that happen to be Jewish. I mean, obviously this video was well constructed to convey more racism and more hatred, and to impregnate the idea into people's minds that black people are the worst recipients of racism. That's what this video perpetuates, and that's what I hate about it. And well, that's all I gotta say. Thank you.